recap Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode Tizu. Yeah, y'all. Okay, just so you know, Love and Hip Hop, it is coming as well. I didn't recap last week because by the time I got to recapping, it was already too late and the new episode had already come out and shit. So I apologize for that, but you're gonna get one from me this week as well, so be on the lookout for that. Got lots of shit coming your way, and here we go. We gonna go ahead and get started with Miss Kenya Moore. Y'all, this motherfucker right here is delusional. That is the most delusional ass bitch I have ever seen. This motherfucker was Miss USA, Miss America, whatever the fuck. It's just crazy to see that this bitch was in that kind of category and now she's doing this shit. So she comes out of the courthouse and she talking about how she done won the case or whatever the fuck because she was supposedly late on her rent or she paid her rent on time or whatever. And old girl Kayak, whatever, didn't have a right to evict her ass, okay? So she comes out all victorious and shit talking about, I'm not surprised the paparazzi done came out to see my black ass. Nah, bitch. There were two of them motherfuckers out there and I don't even know if I would call them motherfuckers paparazzi because one of them was like, Miss Moore, how do you feel? How do you feel about what happened today in the courthouse? That other motherfucker was like, not damn one of them motherfuckers had a damn professional ass camera to the first. Look, one of them motherfuckers had a damn cell phone. The other motherfucker had a damn point and shoot. And that third motherfucker, whoever the fuck he was using one of my shits. One of my smaller versions of my cameras that I do for my vlogging videos. Nah, motherfucker, them motherfuckers weren't from nowhere. You must have set them motherfuckers up, told your friends and your cousins to come out and act like they were paparazzi. So we go ahead and move on to Portia, and she's with her mama. She done got to the mailbox and picked out her check or whatever that she done got from Cordell's bitch ass, okay? Because he's still a bitch in my book, whatever. Anyway, she gets her little $5,000 check, her little spousal support or whatever. She comes back in the house, she's talking to her mom and talking about how, I
don't know if I really want to spend this check. You know, I think I could just stay with you for a little while.
If I was her mama, I'd be like, I got you, boo-boo. I feel you. I know you're going through a rough spot. No problem with you being up and through here, okay? Just for a short period of time. But your black ass is going to have to get out and do your thug thistle. But for real, personally, just based on what I see, I feel as though, you know, even her sister too, seem a little bit, you know, immature. I don't know. They just come across a little bit different to me. And we gonna talk about that here in a little bit. Now, y'all know when Nene walks in and she ain't got all her fabulousness all on her and shit with her little stilettos and shit, and the motherfucker walks in with flats and a motherfucking hat, she ain't trying to hear shit Kenya has to say. So she was already like, please, let me go meet this bitch and get this motherfucking shit over with, all right? So they sit down and they talking about the shit that they done had issue with at Cynthia's little opening or whatever last week. So they get to chit-chatting. Kenya's talking about how, you know, she's having her little problems and
right now I feel like I need friends right now and I'm being displaced from my home.
And Nene's ass is like, bitch, bye. Get the fuck out of here with all that motherfucking stallion booty money. You ain't able to afford a house. You can't find no place to go. Here go Kenya. She snapped right the fuck out of it. She's like,
don't be insensitive.
I was like, bitch, if they weren't some motherfucking crocodile damn fake ass tears, y'all. So they go ahead and keep going as Kenya's talking about how she's having all kinds of problems. And Nene's like, bitch, you got bigger fish to fry. You need to settle that shit with Phaedra because your ass was inappropriate as fuck, texting her husband. Don't matter what the fuck was going on, it was inappropriate as fuck. And if you trying to be down with the Krizu, okay, and she don't even like Phaedra's ass, but she had her back on this one, it's inappropriate as fuck. You need to fix this shit. So Nene decides to go ahead and say, we're gonna go ahead and get a little get together, get y'all in the same room so we can squash this whole thing. So we move on to Cynthia and Peter. Now, Cynthia comes out the bathroom. They're at their home, you know, and Cynthia's just a little upset. She'd been in the bathroom for a while. She's been having some trouble, and she revealed that the issue she's been having with her weight gain, which is around her stomach area, has been because of fibroids. Now, what the whole thing was about that shit that just kind of killed me and like really fucked me up a little bit was Peter's reaction to the shit. Like, I know she's a model. I know she's got, you know, to keep her body all the way together or whatever, you know, to do what she does. But I just feel like he was just like, you know, it's just fibroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows she has fibroids. I'm sure he may not have really realized, because, you know, men take a little longer to come around and shit. Probably didn't realize how bad it was or how much worse it got. Maybe it affected her in that way. But the fact that he went from her talking about fibroids and how she's been upset about that and how that's been bothering her, how she's been in the bathroom, and he talking about, yeah, I was looking at you funny when you ate that extra cupcake, like, bitch, don't you want to go model some more? And I was like, Peter, shut your motherfucking ass up. You obviously know she's got some issues. She wants to see a doctor. Just try to be a little sensitive. So Candy's having a get together at the crib. Cynthia gets there first. They start shitting and chatting about the issues that, Candy's having with her mama about Todd. Because y'all know, if y'all haven't seen the episode before this, her mama ain't really a big fan of Todd. And it's kind of been an issue that's been ongoing. And Cynthia's had experience with that shit because her mama didn't really like Peter before she got married. Neither did her sister or whatever. Either way, they start talking about that shit. But the kicker of this particular scenario was when Portia came in. Now, I had been digging the hell out the long ass hair, minus that one that I told y'all about last week. But I am loving the short ass haircut that she came in with, right? So everybody's tripping off her haircut. Phaedra finally comes in or whatever, and her little hating ass is all of a sudden like, yeah, she got on a wiggy and bitch, what? And next thing you know, this bitch gonna talk about some, that motherfucker has a small ass head. Small heads mean small brains. I was like, bitch, if you don't take your hating ass somewhere and talking about small, motherfucker, look, stop trying to make your small ass titties look like some motherfucking triple D's. Them motherfuckers look like they asses are just fighting for air. That bitch got them titties all up by her mouth and shit, squeezed all the way the fuck together. I'm like, free your titties, bitch. Bitch, free your titties. Free the titties. We're over at Phaedra's house, and Phaedra and her friends are there. She got a little nanny over there / friend, and I love the way they use the little labels, the titles at the bottom. She got her assistant there, another friend of hers or whatever the fuck, and Apollo, and they got the babies and shit, and Apollo's, off to the side. The girls are talking, and Apollo comes in, and this motherfucker gonna be like,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt y'all little sneak dig.
I was like, bless your fine ass, non-renovating ass heart. Look, that motherfucker was trying to say shindig. That nigga said snig dig. I was like, you too cute to be fucking up words like that, but that's okay. We gonna let that shit ride. So, Phaedra gonna start talking out the side of her mouth. You see there's a whole hell of a lot of tension between the two of them motherfuckers, because she's talking about she wants things some way, and he's talking about he wants things another, and how she's so fucking busy and all this kind of shit. And he's all like, look, bitch, you got like 8 motherfuckers here helping your ass, and you talking about you busy as fuck. And he's talking about how busy he is trying to renovate the house with her griping and complaining and shit. My thing is, are you really renovating the house, boo-boo? I mean, you fine as hell, but are you really renovating the house, baby? They set that shit up. They got you pulling up and putting up paintings and shit and looking like you trying to measure out some shit like you doing something up in there. We know you ain't doing shit. You just trying to look fine and shit. But whatever. So Cynthia and Peter, they went to the doctor. She kind of explained the situation. He griping about the fact that they ain't had no damn sex lately. The doctor's trying to, get to the health issue of the situation. But the good thing is that at least because the doctor was kind of letting them know what the fibroids have a tendency to do and the effects that they can have on a person, he seemed to have been kind of, like, okay, I see how this can be the case, and not necessarily because she's sitting there eating and not going to the gym or whatever. So, we're going to see how that goes on, because obviously there's going to be something about that later on in the season. Now we're at the little powwow that they decide to have, with Kenya's ass. At least Nene put it together, whatever. So everyone gets together, and Phaedra comes in looking like death, literally. And Kenya, she's talking all on top of herself, talking a bunch of bullshit. Every time they ask her, tell her some shit that she done said, she tries to deny the shit. Clearly, every time she says some shit, they go back to when she said the motherfucker. So obviously she's full of it. And then she talking about she ain't nobody's hoe, nobody's side piece, and nobody's bitch or whatever the fuck. Either way, I wasn't even paying attention to that shit, because at the end of the day, your stupid ass shouldn't have been texting nobody else's husband, number one. His ass shouldn't have been texting you, whether it was friendly or whatever the fuck. And what I want to know is, when the fuck did y'all exchange numbers? That's still a question I had from last season. How the fuck y'all motherfuckers get each other's numbers? I don't give a fuck if y'all are on the same motherfucking show, okay? I just want to know why y'all all of a sudden felt the need to start to interact with each other to begin with. But before that even, I need to know why y'all have each other's numbers. So, anywho, we go on, and Portia has a little moment, because I guess Kenya said something out the side of her mouth talking about some here she go talking a bunch of shit, right? And then she just had her little waiting to exhale moment. This bitch was like,
I'm going through a damn divorce. I could be at home getting my coins together, trying to figure out my life and trying to figure out what I'ma do.
Then she go with the clapping.
If somebody's gonna be a fake friend once, they always gonna be a fake friend.
they're all like, yeah, bitch, alright, we know you going through divorce, whatever. So they keep talking, right? And all throughout the process, Kenya gets accused of having said that I guess, Phaedra needs to, get a test to make sure she don't have AIDS. All because, Paolo was in, locked up or whatever. And then if she denies that shit, which we clearly all know at the reunion she done said supposedly, because you see the shit on camera right after she done denied the shit. What I found so motherfucking funny about this part, okay, was the fact that Nene gonna be like this. When they go back to her little, when she's on her own in her little confessional or whatever, this bitch gonna be like, what? The aid? If this motherfucker don't stop making everything singular, she done said bridesmaid, now it's the aid, bitch. The aid, it's AIDS, motherfucker. And note to Candy, please, don't you ever wear an orange jumpsuit with that Raggedy Ann shit on your damn head again. So Portia is trying to, get her shit situated, get her stuff from Cordell's house or their house or whatever, and bring that motherfucking shit back over to her mom's house, okay? And, her mom seems to have a nice house, so, she's bringing stuff over and, she's talking to her mom like,
Mama, I got lots of stuff, and so I was kind of wondering if,
And of course her mom's like, oh, go ahead, you can have the master bedroom. Motherfucker, I wish your ass would ask me as your mama to give you my master bedroom. And I'm gonna take the guest bedroom in my motherfucking house. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, okay? I already told you earlier, look, I feel like she's just kind of, like I said, I feel for the girl. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying nothing bad about the divorce or whatever the fuck. I feel for the girl, but I feel like she immature as fuck. Like her and her sister ran off and they're like, oh my God, because she gets the master bedroom. Like, why would you think? Anyway, look, we gonna leave the girl alone. The poor girl going through some shit. So the part everyone's been waiting on, the confrontation between, Candy and her mama, right? They go over to the house that Candy done gave her, okay, her old house, right? And, they get to talking and shit, and her mama's like, look, I ain't feeling Todd, okay? Which Candy obviously has been saying the whole damn time. Again, I'm not really a fan of Todd either, okay? And when she starts to kind of break shit down, I'm team mama on this shit. I get it. I know she's a grown-ass woman. I know Candy's a grown-ass woman. She can make her own damn decisions. But when you kind of go back and from history and just from what I've heard in the streets and just, with the other gentleman, the guy she was with who R.I.P., he passed away. But he also had a lot going on too. I just feel like she kind of comes across like she coddles all these motherfuckers that she dates. Like she ends up dating motherfuckers who they're just whatever. Like, okay, it's cool. I'm cool. And it might be her heart is just like that, where she's just like, it's all right, I'm cool. So if I'm cool, then we're cool. There's just people that are just like that. And Candy comes across like that. She don't really seem like she trips over that much. But my shit is, you done worked too motherfucking hard, okay, in your entire life to have gotten to the point where you are now. You can give your mama the house you done paid off, okay? That big ass house, you gave it to her, then bought another one with cash. Yo shit, okay? You still got royalty on top of royalty. Your child will probably have those royalties as well. And you're willing to go and be with somebody, possibly marry a motherfucker who won't even sign a prenup. That to me, you're not watching your own back. It don't have nothing to do with love. That's just protecting your assets and making sure your daughter is taken care of. At the very least, that you're able to pass whatever the fuck you done worked hard for to your daughter and not give it to some motherfucker who dated you and married you for a little bit of time. And now, just like your mama said, okay, that the whole, this is the lifestyle I'm accustomed to living shit that a lot of motherfuckers try to pull when they're trying to, get their money after people get divorced and shit. I agree with her on that. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, because Todd has made it abundantly clear he ain't signing shit, right? Then she's talking about how this motherfucker ain't got nothing going on. He ain't got no job, which according to, last episode, he don't have no job. He's supposed to be interviewing with BT, woo wop wop. So old girl's like, her mama's like, a man is supposed to be a provider. And, Candy's all like, he's providing. And really, in my mind, I feel as though, this motherfucker ain't got no damn job. If anything, he's providing that motherfucking dick that you might need. But outside of that, if he ain't got no damn job, I don't know what else he could be providing. And then when the mama done said that Riley doesn't even really like Todd, that to me was an eye-opener. Because my thing is this, if your daughter don't even like this dude and your mama don't like this dude, I need you to kind of look at your situation. And maybe the mama was talking around Riley and said, I don't like this dude for her and yada yada, and that might have influenced her decision. That's what Candy had said on the show. That could very well be the case. But that's your daughter. You know, if your daughter's not a really big fan of him, why would you choose to marry him? I mean, I don't know. It's different if her daughter was grown, maybe, but this girl's gonna be around this man for a good minute and a half. So I don't know, everything that her mama was trying to say, I was just like, I mean, are you not seeing this? Like, if there's anything on the planet that this motherfucker needs to do is sign that prenup. And then it could be like, you know what, I can prove to you or show you at least that he loves me and he's not in it for just the assets that I am able to bring to the table by us, you know, combining our assets in marriage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm on team mama for this one. I mean, look, they talking about they about to get married, then she done dissed her ring, and you know, that's when Candy got real upset and shit, and you know, she's like,
I wanted that ring. I wanted that ring because he didn't give me that ring.
you know, and that's great. I just feel like she settles for beneath what she should. And with that whole,
This is the ring you done gave me.
I feel as though, you know, did you really want that ring, or did you pick the ring out based on what the fuck he could afford? If that's the ring you really wanted, like you were like, okay, in life for the last 10 years, that's the wedding ring I've always wanted, or did you just pick a ring like, you know, I know he can't afford much, so this is the ring? And that's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, don't get it twisted. There's no shade with that. I'm just saying, you know, I feel like she's trying to make that more than what it is to defend that dude, you know? Look, team mama on this shit. Team mama. So, y'all will have to let me know what you all thought of this episode. I really am interested to hear what you guys think of the whole confrontation between, you know, Candy and her mama, because, you know, that's some other shit. My thing is, you know, your mama don't like him, your daughter doesn't like him. That's who's gonna be in the house with each other. There's a problem. And the fact that Todd ain't really trying to sign no prenup, you have to wonder about that shit. And my thing is, if he was on his own, that motherfucker would probably have a job by now. Like, you know, I'm just being real, you know, but, you know, he's got the house, and the house that she done paid for, and I hope to God his name ain't on that shit, but she keeps saying our house. So Lord knows how she had that shit set up, but she paid for that house. I pray she didn't put his damn name on that shit. But anyway, let me know what y'all think down below of everything in the Real Housewives of Atlanta episode. Y'all know we're gonna be back to recap this motherfucker after Sunday when the new episode comes out, so stay tuned for that shit. Love and Hip Hop is coming. I promise y'all. I still gotta watch that episode because y'all know I recap as I watch the show. So it's fresh, it's in my head. I'm giving it to you raw and real, uncut. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do up in here. Anyway, y'all already know what to do. As always, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SocialiteSandy. Hit me up on my Facebook fan page or Pinterest. Those links are down below. Hit me up on my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com, and on Instagram @SocialiteSandy. And you already know I love y'all. And I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. Warehouse or whatever the fuck, across the street from Bar 1. Now here's the kicker. The motherfucker decides to tell Cynthia's ass he